guys, welcome to the Curious African. This episode, I've been wanting to do this episode for the longest time possible. It's something that I've been watching on news. I've read so much about Rastafarianism. That's what they call it, right?
Yes.
Ja Rastafari. I hear Ja Rastafari.
The levity of Rastafari.
The levity.
The levity of Rastafari. Because when you add the isms and schisms, it kind of takes away from the naturality and spirituality. So it is the levity of Rastafari.
The levity of Rastafari.
Yes, sir.
Listen, guys, if you know nothing, if you're in the dark like me about what Rasta means, about the levity of Rastafari, if you've heard of Bob Marley, Emperor Haile Selassie, Kingston, Jamaica, everything around Rasta, today,
Kushites.
We're gonna get into all that today, because today I really want to understand how the culture, how the religion of Rasta is. And did you know that in Uganda we have true Rasta? You know, people don't understand. They think Rasta is only in Jamaica, you know, but it's not true. In Uganda here we have true Rasta. We have a true community. These are the coolest guys you'll ever meet. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm here. I'm tearing up because, man, yeah, there's some mock. Whoo, whoo, whoo. But I think if I ever blew one blunt like this, either that day I'll go mad, or that day I'll be like the happiest person in the world. I don't know. What do you think? If I smoke like a blunt, how do you think I would look? You're going to teach me how to roll a blunt today.
I'll teach you. But I'll tell you this. A lot of people have the misconception that if you smoke weed, you're going to go mad.
Yeah.
Marijuana is created to cool down your adrenaline. It calms down your blood flow, your heart rate. So it actually gives you good vibes, mellows you out. See how Bob Marley sing the song, Mellow Mood Got Me?
Yeah.
Now the mellow mood is getting you. Let me put the slip on the side.
And the little cough as well. The cough. Why?
Remember this.
Yeah.
There's two things. When a Rasta man chokes, there's two things. Either the weed is so good and it registered in the lungs, in the respiratory system, or the weed is garbage. The weed is good.
This weed is good.
Yeah, it's a good strain of weed, homegrown. We try to grow our own weed. You know, the Lord legalized it since creation, and it's a blessing. The government of Uganda is also working very well with the weed plant. So yes, we promote it.
A little choking is allowed.
It's allowed. Trust me, a lot of people will burn a spliff, and that spliff will burn all the way out. If you ever find somebody smoking a joint, and that joint, even put in an ashtray, burns all the way out without somebody else smoking it, that is grass, that is garbage, that is dirt weed, that's not really herbs. That is something they probably just picked some grass and leaf and rolled up. You have to roll the bud. You know, the leaf off of the stem, we use that for the ganja tea. If you've watched that reggae song by Keda, all these elements are harnessed into one, the universe. And they call it the universe because it is one verse, which is one song. So when Rasta come out and say one love, we are talking about a universal message. In that, I am not more Rasta than you. You're natural. The grass is natural. Dan behind the camera is natural. The dog, the elephant, the tree and the food we eat and the air we breathe are all natural. And we move with these elements at once. You have all these elements within this structure right here.
Yeah.
But they are all under one person, you. So Peter Tosh did sing and say, I am that I am. I am what you see. The Lord gave me locks to grow. I'm not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
The Lord gave me beard to wear. I'm not gonna trim it. But the Lord will also show you there's parts of you that you have to keep kempt. Now you have to keep your locks kempt, your beard kempt, and your nails kempt. You have to keep hygiene.
Yeah.
So to be a conscious Rasta, because the whole world is Rasta. The whole world. White, black or brown, short, tall, fat, thin, and in between.
Yeah.
The whole world is Rasta in that we are all nature. We are all nature, and everything that is artificial comes out of nature. It could be a machine, it could be technology, it could be science. It all comes out of nature. So to embrace our natural self, we learn who we are. What are my roots? Where does Kyle come from? What is Kyle's traditional name? What is Kyle's clan and tribe?
Yeah.
What is Kyle's mother tongue?
Exactly.
Because all knowledge has been placed in our mother's tongues. It's why we breastfeed. All animals breastfeed.
Bless the mothers.
And you wonder how the dog will know when, the puppy will know when to bark at a stranger touching the door, but it breastfed from the dog, the mother. So it got that knowledge, the genetic code. So we must connect our natural.
I want to ask you, Rasta Naja, where did this whole Rastafari thing come from? Why? When did it become a thing? Era.
The Chira.
Straight.
yes, we settled up what they now call the Kemetic civilization, the civilization of Kemet. That is the twin kingdom of Nubia and the Kushites. But let's
the Kushites in the Sudan.
Yes, in Punt, even us here, it was called Puntaland. But the word Puntaland is a corruption of the word Bantuland.
Ah.
They changed the B to P.
Yeah.
Left the Ubuntu for whatever they now call Ubuntu, but they wanted to take away that Bantu terminology, because when you say people in African dialect, they are Bantu. Whether in South Africa or in West Africa or East Africa, people are known as Bantu. So you cannot say Bantu people. You just have to say Bantu.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Guys, show me some Ubuntu as well. Please subscribe to the channel right now.
Is Arabic from the lands of Egypt, North Sudan, Morocco, Tunisia. All these countries have been populated by Arabs because they really put a firm grip on the Africans initially. It was the Arabs that did so much damage.
Yeah.
Now, the Europeans were just inquisitive to see how the Arabs got to do it, to take giants, because Africans of long were tall and strong and powerful. We are actually created on a genocide of morphology. Because when the Europeans first met us, they found all Africans were on average taller than the average European.
Yeah.
So they killed anyone that was giving birth to tall women and men of this area. Now,
and this is documented.
It's well documented, and if you want to know this, you want to look for their genocides they never talk about. They will talk about all this kind of war genocide and what, but there's what they call the paper genocide. Paper genocide is when they make documents disappear intentionally. This happened in America when they were trying to erase the red Indian and black heritage of North and South America.
Yeah.
They erased any documentation showing that they lived there, how many there used to be, what they used to practice, the caves in which they drew art, even the writings. You can imagine, up to now they teach the African that we don't know our story because we never wrote, but we did write. Africans are the first people to write. We even wrote on stone. The first form of paper we used was papyrus. And you can find this out by looking for the Rind papyrus, the Rind mathematical papyrus, R-H-I-N-D. It is the first mathematical document that was found in Egypt, way back, written by Nubians and Kushites on how to solve mathematical equations. And this is how astrology and astronomy comes about. And that's how we discovered the compass and how to make boats and sail the oceans. We would never have sailed from Narubali through Chira to the Red Sea.
We're probably the ones who taught the Vikings how to make boats.
We did. We met. Africa invented everything.
Yeah.
And you can imagine the first man to find the Americas is not, what's his name, Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
Because Mansa Musa's brother.
The richest man to ever live.
His brother Abu Bakr.
Yeah.
Abu Bakr was the first one to reach the Americas with a voyage, intentionally to reach that land.
A whole crew.
And when he got there, he never claimed to discover America because he found settlers there already.
Yeah. He didn't impose himself on those
All
people.
he didn't want was the cold weather.
Rasta Kabarasi, come over here, come over here, come over here, Rasta Kabarasi.
As I take a cigarette,
Yeah, come over here, come over here, come over here.
Kabarasi.
First keep your...
Yeah, Columbus was going to India.
Just hang on a little bit.
This is Jaja Kabalasi.
Hang on a little bit.
Can I do the intro?
You know what, Rasta Naja? I want you to introduce... You're going to understand that today Rasta does not mean black. And it does not mean white. And it doesn't mean in between.
And nothing.
Tell me, introduce Rasta.
Right over here, so we have my brethren, Jaja Kabalasi. Jaja Kabalasi Xavier, born and bred in Madagascar. His mother is French. He has grown up in Uganda for the longest of times. He's a very good dog breeder and trainer.
As long as Museveni has been in power.
As long as Museveni
You have been
has
here
in
since.
power.
I shook his hand in Queen Elizabeth National Park when he was doing his propaganda for the first elections in Uganda in '96.
History.
I was there.
He just taught me something.
I told you guys, we are going global. You know, when a channel is starting, when a channel is still young, such stories, you might not pay attention a lot, but these stories are going to pop up again in the near future. And this episode, I can prophesy, this episode will have 1 million views. I can prophesy. Here's the thing, Rasta Kabalasi, my man from Antananarivo. What do they call it?
Actually, I was born in Antananarivo, but I was born in Fianarantsoa, which is in the south.
So Antananarivo is the capital of Madagascar.
You know, Madagascar is an island.
Yeah.
Looks small on the map.
Yeah.
It's actually 2 times bigger than Uganda.
2 times
Actually,
bigger
2
than
times
Uganda.
and a half bigger than Uganda.
Really?
Huge, we have
It's huge.
more than 3,000 kilometers of coast.
It's bigger than Jamaica. It's big.
3,000 kilometers of coast.
It's a 6 continent. We used to call it like that because it's actually a very huge island.
How
And
many
for a
pe-
long
how
time
many
it
people
wasn't
are in
considered
Madagascar, you think?
Africa. You see, it became Africa with the African Union and stuff like that.
But it wasn't really
So-
Africa before.
And the first inhabitants of Madagascar are Indonesians.
Oh,
It's crazy how it happened about 1,000 years ago now.
Yeah.
Indonesians just left their place on some
And the
funny boats.
Indians wanted to capture
On
Madagascar
some funny
and
boats,
Chinese.
actually. There's one that came to Madagascar, I think in 1989. I was there, I watched it arriving. There's
Yeah.
a crew of Germans and Austrians. They wanted to prove that they came from Indonesia. So they did
Yeah,
exactly
that's
what they
true.
thought this guy did. 2 died on the way. 2 repatriated by helicopters. They had typhoid, dysentery, malaria. They really went the way these guys went. And they put their life at stake to prove that these people came from Indonesia. So this boat is in the museum somewhere in Madagascar.
oh wow.
And that's how they. And if you go to Antananarivo, you think you're in Thailand or in Indonesia. Somewhere. There's no black people. They look like you. Actually,
it's crazy. Yeah,
they're all very, very pale, and their hair is like Chinese. And actually, you see my son. My son's mother is actually having some Indonesian origin. That's why his hair is like that.
Ah, we're gonna check out your son later. When you're true Ugandan.
Do you want to go anywhere else?
I don't.
Tell me, I want to ask you, Rasta Kabarasi.
Europe at the moment is not a place you want to go back.
Who wants to go to Europe?
French,
Who wants to go to Europe?
My mother is discouraging me. She's here at the moment and she tells me don't go back to France.
I told you, Africa is the best place to be. And tell me, there are so many people in the diaspora who are leaving Africa and going to France, going to America, Italy. What would you tell such people?
You know, we always look for exotism, I believe. You know, even though in the as much as desperate as you are to look for a job and everything, there are jobs here. If you're really looking for a job, if you have that courage to go to Iraq or those Arab countries where they torture our people, if you still have the courage to go there, if you don't have the courage to look for a job around here, you get my point.
Can you imagine? So I think
it's adventure.
It's
people
adventure.
Are driven by adventure.
Yeah.
They want to go.
People are curious.
Young ladies, they want to go and see if they can get an opportunity.
It's good to travel. It's good to travel, but I also think there is mind control, because the images that people are fed lie to them that Africa is shitty, has no cars, you're better off out west, and yet out here with no freedom range.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Kabarasi, what do you know? Are you a Rastafari as well?
I am not religious.
Yes.
So
but you are Rasta.
I'm not a good Rasta. I'm not a good Christian.
But you know, you don't have to be. It's all
I'm
about
a good
naturality.
man.
You're just a good man.
Yes.
That's what's
In
up.
my heart, I try to be as clean as I can.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm perfect.
What is cleanliness? Do you smoke weed? Do you smoke weed?
I do.
You smoke weed?
I do.
How many spliffs do you smoke a day?
4 to 10, it depends on what day.
You can actually, there are very few. You know, they did ask Bob Marley that question. People used to think Bob Marley would smoke like a kilo of weed a day. When they asked Rita Marley, Rita Marley answered and said, Bob Marley smokes about 3 spliffs a day because the weed is good. And when you're smoking good weed, you don't have to smoke a whole joint. You just take a couple hits and you're good. Like I've been banning this since I lit it. I don't have to.
Yeah, actually, most weed, the weed that I've seen with people smoking around here, just blows one of this in like 5 minutes and it's done.
Because that's garbage. They just be rolling dirt. You know, bush weed, and it's dried on the sun. I have a connoisseur grower here. You put the spliff on the side for a minute.
Yeah.
It kind of gets hot in the building, even if we're still in the jungle. Now, Jaja Kabalasi. Jaja Kabalasi.
This is the best episode ever.
Jaja Kabalasi is a connoisseur weed grower. When I say connoisseur weed grower, it's not this kind of people that just go out and say, "Ngenze kuyiwa bed," and you just throw a bunch of seed and then you go back after 1 month to see if they have grown.
Yeah.
No. When you're growing your weed, you have to learn that you're going to have to separate the male from the female.
So there's female weed and male weed.
And there's hermaphrodite.
There's hermaphrodite.
Our African weed is an hermaphrodite.
Yes.
So
today we're going to learn about weed.
You can't actually separate the male from the female. You only get seeds because the flower, the male flower is on the female plant.
Right. So, and historically, Africa used to have indica. Africa was all populated by the indica plant. The indica is the one that gives you that female bud that give you very little seed or no seed. So,
hold up, it's called indica.
Indica.
Is that what?
There's 2 kinds.
There's
6 strains.
Ganja planta. It has that indica.
There's indica.
What's the song? You remember
there's sativa, and then there's the ruderalis.
Yes. Indica. So these are types of weed.
The 3 main types are indica, sativa, and ruderalis.
Ruderalis is actually more of the bush type of weed. It's a small plant that is very rough. That is called ruderalis because it's rude. It can survive in rocks
anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not weed. Weed is unwanted plant.
No, actually.
Ganja.
Exactly. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle.
Okay.
It is yes, she corrected us.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I apologize.
No, we forgive you.
I apologize.
We apologize to all ganja smokers out
no,
there.
I also use that word.
It is the holy herb.
I love this song. Smoke weed every day.
Smoke herb.
And if you say, why is it that why do people think marijuana and cannabis is bad?
Because it's misunderstood.
Misunderstood?
Misunderstood.
Okay.
Completely
How?
misunderstood. It's like it's been well misadvertised or even spoiled. It's been given a bad name by very big pharmaceutical agencies in the US. It became illegal because of that. What is legal? Why don't they make this one is illegal? Because the pharmacies have no use of this. But the day they legalize marijuana, 50% of those Panadol shit and stuff like that is going to be thrown to the garbage because people are going to smoke weed and get rid of their headaches.
You see,
like me.
And they will heal.
I don't have tooth pain and my teeth are falling apart. I don't want to open my mouth for it. I never get a tooth pain because I smoke weed.
Because you smoke weed.
Yeah.
You see? I'll tell you this.
So you think that actually what Big Pharma is trying to do is to keep people off the herb so they can buy their drugs.
Big Pharma makes money off of weed. Most of the pills contain a little marijuana, but then they put a lot more chemical to give you side. Painkiller.
I can feel my bone. I can feel why it was broken.
Painkiller.
When I smoke, it goes away.
Painkiller.
I remember that my weed is fading when I start feeling the pain again. Are you getting me?
The high is coming down.
It's a painkiller. It's a stress killer. It makes you peaceful and loving.
It's a nutritional element, makes you eat. So most AIDS patients, you want to give them weed.
It's an aphrodisiac.
It's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, make love to your woman when you have not smoked. And make love to your woman when you've
good
smoked.
for bedroom
And make love to your
business,
woman when she smoked.
Yes.
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 Yeah, man, I'm telling you. It works in many good ways.
It's madness.
And for pregnancy, marijuana opens up the baby's brain.
Shut up, man.
When she's still in the fetus.
No.
Marijuana develops a child's brain faster when it's still in the mother's womb if the mother drinks ganja tea or smokes it. Another miracle about marijuana. It is the only smoke, one of the only non-smoked elements that don't pollute the lungs.
Really?
Marijuana, proven medically, is one of the most proven elements that you can inhale as a smoke that cannot pollute the lungs, but it simply expands the lungs.
Addictive. It opens your capillaries. It allows you to inhale almost 2 times more oxygen than a person that doesn't smoke. That's why people with asthma, if they're like, smoke 2 puffs of spliff and the next thing, yeah, man, it's like that.
This is the proof why. Smoke 1 cigarette that you get from what? Sportsman, Moore, Rothmans. Check this out. Take 1 cigarette, smoke it in your bedroom, and see how long the stench will last in your room, how many days. But smoke 100 joints in a day in your one room with all the windows locked. And in the next morning, come and see if you can smell it. It is a natural purifier.
Listen, guys, if you're liking this conversation, please subscribe right now.
No. We can't talk about weed.
Listen up, man. Subscribe to the channel right now. Please give it a like. Make sure this video goes viral. Yeah, make sure it goes viral.
Introduction.
Listen, man, I am not trying to be immoral, but I just decided to do this episode because I want to understand the real effect of Rasta, the real effect of weed on all these Rastafari. How are you, brother?
I'm all good.
Everything. Let me see your hair. Let me see your hair, Rasta. Can I see your hair?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's good. That's what's up. Yo, Rasta Niger, I didn't get to see your hair. I want to talk about hair right now.
It's a bubble.
Can I see your hair, Rasta?
Very difficult.
Is it okay?
How much do you have?
You have to come home.
Yeah?
You have to
Bro,
come home when I'm ready
I want
to
to
rest.
talk about the spiritual part of the herb.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I want to tell the people that it is not weed. Weed is the unwanted plant in the garden. But if you plant it with your program, it's not weed. So, Ganja spiritually, the Almighty Creator, created every plant with a name, and in its name is the power and the purpose. So, Ganja is an appetizer. In our local language, we call it enjaga.
Yes.
Enjagaza. So, if you want to do something, this can appetize you.
It makes you like some
Moses, let me show you about this.
Yeah.
Let me show you about this is a ganja stick.
This is a ganja stick?
That's the root.
Yeah, you
That's
all
the root.
know about the story of Moses
This is the root.
crossing the Red Sea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you think Moses used this?
No, I'm not thinking.
It is.
Moses used the power of Jagala to make a way, because he told the Almighty, I want there a way, let there be a way. So when you use it spiritually,
Ugandans, you've seen His Excellency move around town with a stick that looks like this. Now,
yeah.
if you don't know that it is a ganja stick, then you're
got to
blind.
if you want something
Let me explain to
spiritual,
this man because he's
Yes,
like seeing a
Papa.
ganja stick.
Yeah.
These are not the branches.
That's the root.
These are the roots.
so it's supposed to be like that.
Those are the roots.
But
Yeah.
in the ground up to
And he
here.
That is
harvested
the
it.
order. That is
Clean
the
it
flow.
up.
He blessed the whole thing,
Now
and
it's
he has a
What the
walking
spear of
stick.
Triton?
Yeah.
See that?
Listen, guys. Listen. Let me hold this stick.
Yeah.
Listen, in case you're offended by what these people are saying, I really apologize, but these are their opinions. It's not the opinion of this channel. It's what they believe in. It's their belief, and I'm not saying I'm not saying we condone anything that they're saying, but we are learning. We are curious Africans, and we are here to learn, and we are conscious
And
people.
everything we are saying is out
Yes.
of respect.
Everything.
Because we
respectful.
believe each
In-
one teach one,
Everyone
and learning
and all
non-stop.
one. Total respect. And we love our president for promoting. People need to wake up in Uganda.
Here's the thing, man. You know, Ras Niger has smoked like two spliffs already. I just wanted to get a little bit about the spiritual part. Because you had started on it, and I think it's very important that we understand the real spirituality behind the herb.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us a little bit more?
First
You're
of
called
all,
Ras Bat?
I'm called Rastafarian Mwesigwa.
Rastafarian
AKA
Mwesigwa.
Nicky Bat, the mighty night nomad MC.
Ate Nicky Bat ogenze mupiira.
Nicky Bat kitegeeza akawunda amaanyi ag'ekiro ekitonde ekyawamba the night.
All right,
amaanyi g'ekizikira.
let's go straight.
So when you see a Rasta rolling a spliff, just know that is a mobile altar. When you go to the Muslims, you see them making fire, burning some things. You go to the Catholic Church, you see them burning some things.
And what?
We Rasta, we burn ganja and tobacco, love and settlement. Because ganja, tobacco means tabaganya, okutereza, okulongosa.
Yes.
Kulungamia.
In case spiritually, when you see some people fighting or conflicts, you can go aside, you burn this plant. When the smoke goes up, you say something positive. Yo, batabagane, omutonzi waffe yatonde ekitonde kino, Almighty who created this plant, let the power and the reason for your creation be as the smoke is moving. Katieno, kutabaganya. This is tabaganya. So, the spiritual part of the plant is found in the power of its name, because the Almighty created it with a very special purpose, and it is all about love, because the Almighty is ever loving, ever sure. So the smoke is an altar, and we put two types of firewood. That's the Njagaza firewood and the Tabaganya firewood. Yeah.
And
This
as
is-
you burn it, and
this
as you
is-
burn it,
Rasta Niger, hang on. Hang on a little bit.
guys, you're still choking. As you burn it, it elevates you to higher levels of reasoning and intelligence and creativity. It opens up your mind, your pineal gland. Your third eye, remember I'm teaching you this one. Now we are going naturally and scientific. Your third eye is the seat of wisdom. You've seen the Indians put the little red dot here. You've seen the Muslims, when they bow down, they will end up getting the dark dot here. Listen to me, people. Your third eye is inside your brain. It is your pineal gland. You need to nutrify it. You need to eat right. You need to eat a vegetarian diet for it to function.
Listen up, guys. This has been a fantastic episode. And of course, I know you want some more. And yes, we're going to give you part 2. Part 2 is coming, because this is the most eye-opening conversation I've ever had in my life. I don't smoke weed, but I'm choking already. But all the good things they are talking about it are making me think twice.